The golden clock, the epitome of success in a Stardew Valley run. At a whopping 10 million gold, it is by far the most expensive thing in the game, and today I'm going to see how quickly I can get one. For those of you who don't know, the golden clock is a late game luxury structure that prevents debris and trees from randomly appearing on the farm, as well as stopping fences from decaying. Is it the most useful of structures? Not massively compared to others, but it is certainly a necessary building to achieve a complete flex. In order to acquire the golden clock, there are certain criteria that need to be met. Firstly, I need 10 million gold. Secondly, I need to complete the community center or Jojo warehouse. And finally, I need to have donated at least 60 artifacts or gems in order to unlock the sewers to progress the wizard's questline. Once all of these have been achieved, I will be able to acquire the lucrative golden clock. Regarding this run, I'm trying to get it as fast as possible, meaning in real time, not Stardew Valley time. Because of this, I'll be sleeping through some days in order to speed up crop growth and skip bad luck days. Okay, let's go. For the first 8 days, I didn't bother planting the free parsnip seeds and instead chopped a lot of wood. Not only will this be useful in the future for making kegs, but I need level 3 foraging in order to make tappers for oak resin, which is another required ingredient, and the sooner I can farm them, the better. On day 9, I finally headed to the mines on a good luck day, acquiring some geodes, iron, quartz, and the red dwarf scroll. On day 10, I went fishing in order to make enough money to buy 20 cauliflower seeds, but I forgot Pierre's is closed on Wednesday, so I'll have to come get them tomorrow. I also found a fan. On day 11, I bought and planted 20 cauliflower seeds in order to unlock level 2 farming and the basic sprinkler. I woke up and watered the crops and immediately went to bed and repeated for the next 12 days until the cauliflower was finished. This was true except for day 16 and 17, where it was raining on a good luck day, meaning I could head to the mines. On day 16, a miracle happened. I had a crazy amount of luck hitting the ancient seed by accident. This is a big deal. Normally I grind dust sprites for the burglar ring to double my chances when farming bugs, but getting it naturally while progressing mine levels allows me to skip the whole process. As a more foolproof way of getting the ancient seed, I recommend first farming the burglar ring and grinding bugs to give you the best chance of getting the ancient seed, as the chance of getting one from a grub is only 0.5%. For those of you who don't know, ancient seeds are one of the highest money makers in the game, with each wine being worth 2,310 with the artisan profession. Not only that, but you only need to plant them once in the greenhouse and they'll endlessly produce more. On day 23, after skipping through many days after watering crops, I headed to the mines and managed to reach level 45. I collected my cauliflowers and got the much needed farming level 2 in order to unlock basic sprinklers. On day 24, I decided to go to the museum to donate my items, only to realize it's the flower dance. Imagine being part of an active community. On day 25, I took all of my geodes, cracked them open, donated everything I had to Gunther, upgraded my pickaxe, and planted the ancient seed. I slept through days 26 and 27 as I was waiting for my pickaxe upgrade. On day 28 and 29, I mined more iron in order to have the sprinklers ready for melons in the summer. Between days 30 and 36, I reached the bottom of the mines, collected the skull key, and acquired enough gold for 16 quality sprinklers, which I'll use to fill the greenhouse once I can afford it, and have reached level 6 farming, allowing me to craft them. On day 41, I planted some melons, opened my geodes, and donated whatever I could to the museum. Just as a note, I'm keeping all new gems and donating them to the museum, as well as always keeping a hoe on me at all times in case a worm pops up for me to get an artifact. Between days 42 and 52, I didn't do anything outside of collecting oak resin and upgrading my pickaxe to steel. On day 53, I picked up my melons and ancient fruit and managed to achieve level 5 farming. I then skipped through to day 59 and planted 47 pumpkins. On day 72, I sold them all and planted a load more on day 73. On day 86, I sold them but couldn't reach level 9 farming for the all-important seed maker. When I was originally planning this run, I did consider completing the dye bundle in the community center to get a seed maker as a reward. However, red cabbage is very difficult to acquire outside of waiting for Pierre to sell its seeds in the summer of year 2. Therefore, I stuck with just grinding for level 9. The reason we need it so badly is that we need to get more ancient seeds to fill the greenhouse to make the wine. Without it, we're stuck. On day 87, I bought 2,000 wood from Robin. This will be used for kegs and is best to do before the end of the year as she will raise her prices for year 2. On day 88, I finally bought the greenhouse, and on 89, I filled it with leftover pumpkin and mixed seeds. Fortunately, on day 102, with these extra crops, I managed to hit level 9, meaning I could start getting more ancient seeds from the seed maker. From the 5 that I'd already harvested, I was able to plant 9 more. At this point of the run, I started skipping a lot of days in order to farm ancient fruit quickly, meaning keeping track of what day I'm on is a bit redundant. I continued to repeat the process of collecting ancient fruit, turning them into seeds and repeating until the greenhouse was full. All the while still collecting oak resin for kegs, with which I need 108, as that's the 120 spots in the greenhouse, minus 12 for the quality sprinklers. Some of you may be thinking, why not use iridium sprinklers? The reason for that is that they require batteries, and the loss of space for ancient fruit in the greenhouse is offset by the large amount of time required to acquire these batteries in the first place. On day 18 of winter year 2, I saw my first full batch of ancient fruit for almost 80,000 gold. With this, I started buying the iron and copper I'd need to craft the 108 kegs. I chose to buy the ore as it's faster for me to get the money back from the ancient fruit than it is to mine the ore myself. On day 28 of winter, Grandpa dissed me, saying that I tried my best. But to be fair to him, the farm is pretty much non-existent outside of just a greenhouse. By day 23 of spring year 3, I'd gotten all the wood and ore required to finish my 108 kegs. I then laid out my design such that I can constantly move when filling the kegs and finish near the entrance of the house. On day 3 of summer, I saw my first complete batch of ancient fruit wine, netting me just under $250,000. Doing some maths, I need to do this 40 times to hit the 10 million. On day 9 year 4, the number of trees and foliage getting close to my kegs was too much, and some actually ended up destroying one of my kegs. So I headed to the mines to get the last dwarf scroll in order to buy mega bombs from him. On day 16, while trying to clear trees, I blew myself up, woke up at the doctor's, got transported to a fair, and then teleported to my house at night. On day 17, I finished my bombing, placed the kegs back down, and went back to grinding. In retrospect, it would have been faster to just put all the kegs into a shed, saving me having to maintain weeds and trees. On day 5 summer, year 6, I finally managed to collect 5,000 ancient fruit wine and sold it for around 11 million gold. So much that the correct number didn't even appear at the end of the day summary. For those of you wondering, my process was to sleep 7 days, pick up the ancient fruit, and fill up the kegs on repeat. On day 6, I bought the minecarts, lots of bombs, and headed to Skull Cavern where I immediately died. Day 7 and 8 was spent getting all the upgrades for the town. At this point, the only thing holding me back is the 60 donations to the museum. On day 9, I headed to Skull Cavern, managed to farm some Omni Geodes, found the Golden Relic, and traded some Geodes in for Desert Totems so I didn't have to wait for Pam. On the next good luck day, I got lots of Prismatic Shards, Omni Geodes, and then I died and lost my Rusty Spoon. On day 18, I bought the Magic Rock Candy, got the Galaxy Sword, and found the Golden Mask. On day 28, it was a max luck day, so I ate the Magic Rock Candy and went to town. On day 1 fall, year 6, I donated all my gems and artifacts but only managed to get up to 57 donations. On day 5, I went to the mines and managed to get enough Omni Geodes for 6 treasure chests. Hopefully this will be enough. On day 6, I opened them and got 2 new artifacts when I needed 3. Dejected and in desperation, I went to the beach and managed to find a starfish in order to hit the magic 60. On day 7, I was given the rusty key for achieving 60 donations. With all JoJo upgrades complete, I went to the railroad to trigger the wizard's quest. I collected the dark talisman in the sewers, fished for the void mayonnaise, collected the magic ink, gave it to the wizard, and finally on day 8 of fall in year 6, I managed to acquire the golden clock, taking me just over 10 hours in playtime. Was this the fastest you can achieve this? Definitely not. I would often look at the wiki while playing the game, and not placing my kegs in a shed meant I had to waste time managing trees and weeds. I missed level 9 farming at the end of year 1 by miscalculating crop XP, and got unlucky with acquiring artifacts I'd already found in the past. I think if you did everything perfectly, you could probably bash this out in 7 hours. Either way, it was a good challenge. Thanks for watching.